Hello guys, today we will discuss CSIR NET Chemistry June 2018 booklet A part C, question number 67 is a 4 marks question. So this is the question on your screen. You can see this is the reaction is given and 4 comments are given. Okay, so the comments is there on the oxidation state, beta hydrate elimination, diamagnetic or not, and the migratory insertion on that. And there these comments, which one is true? So A is true, or A or C is true, or C or D is true, or B, C, D is true. So which one is the correct answer we have to find. So guys, first we will come for the mechanistic details of this reaction. So guys, you can see, so this is the complex given here. So this complex is known as the Vasquez complex. So first we will go for the electron count of this compound. Okay, so it is so iridium is a cobalt series compound, and it has a cobalt has 27, so that means it is a 3d7 4s 2, and hence this is the 4d7, and this will be the 5d7. So 5d7 6s2, so 7 plus 2 equal to 9 electrons is there. So therefore this iridium has a 9 electron, and this ppс3, these 3 pps3 will donate 2 electrons. So 3 into 2 equal to 6 electrons, and this chlorine will give 1 electron. So this is the 1. So total is 16 electron system. So this is a 16 electron system, and this chlorine has a -1 negative charge, and therefore the iridium will have a positive 1. So this is a iridium is +1 oxidation state. So the 16 electron system is not so stable, we know, and it will go for a reaction. So here the heating condition is given and no other ligand is given, and hence it will go for a reaction with its corresponding ligand itself, and it will go for an agostic interaction with the CH hydrogen. So before going to the agostic interaction with this PPH3, I want to say that there are two types of PH3. One PH3 is just trans to this Cl, and another PPH3 is the cis to Cl. So these two PPH3 are the cis to Cl, and this PPH3 is a trans to Cl. We know the trans effect of Cl minus is greater than PPH3. Okay, and hence the trans bond of the the trans bond of the Cl is labile, and hence this PPH3 has a longer bond distance, and this PPH3 has a shorter bond distance. And we know this agostic interaction is a proximity issue, and hence this phenyl ring is closer to iridium than this PPH3 phenyl ring, and hence this hydrogen is, or this hydrogen, this is the equivalent, these two position. So this hydrogen is actually go for a agostic interaction with the iridium, and it is a 3-center 2-electron interaction, 3-center 2-electron type of interaction, because this has a 2 electron, this CH bond has a 2 bonding electron, and this iridium is there which has a vacant d orbital, and hence totally it is a 3-center 1, 2 and 3, 3-center 2-electron bond. And in this case what will happen, the iridium will give its pi d pi electron to this antibonding sigmaster of this CH bond, and therefore the CH bond will break and the hydrogen will attach with the iridium, and the negative charge means the bonding electron will come to the carbon, and this negative charge will another bond form with the iridium. So the iridium coordination will increase 2. So iridium will be, now here it is a 4 coordinate system, so here it is a 6 coordinate system. So this C has a new bond with iridium, and this is the hydrogen, so this is a 6 coordinate system. Okay, and this type of this is called the oxidative addition, because you see the metal electron is goes here, and hence therefore the metal will be a metal oxidation state will increase, and at the same time the coordination number also increase. So therefore it is a oxidative addition. So what is the oxidation state of the metal? So because this is a -1, this hydride is a -1, and this is a -1, so this is a +3 oxidation state of metal, and we will count the electron. So this PPH2 will give 2 electron. Okay, metal has 9 electron, and this 2 PPH3 will give 2 to 4 electron, and this Cl will give 1 electron. This hydrogen will give 1 electron, and this C bond will give 1 electron. So total it is 9 plus 2 11 plus 4 equal, so 15 plus 3 equal 18. So this is the 18 electron system. So this is the 18 electron system, and hence it is a stable system. Okay, so now we'll come for the geometry. So geometry is, this will be a 4 coordinate system, so therefore it is a chance of tetrahedral or a square planar. So which will choose? We know the bond angle in tetrahedral between the ligand is 109 degree, and for a square planar this is a 90 degree. So 90 degree is so close, so there will be a strict repulsion. But problem is that for a 5D element, it has a very big size, and hence the 90 degree bond angle, it does not matter. So it does not produce so much strict interaction. But CFEC gaining, if you see the CFEC gaining, then the square planar is much greater than the tetrahedral. So hence for the CFEC gaining, it will choose the square planar geometry. So 5d orbital and 4d orbitals generally choose the square planar geometry rather than the tetrahedral geometry. So we will come for the electronic distribution of the square planar. So first we will discuss about the octahedral. Okay, so for octahedral case, what will happen? We know the ligand will approach along the axes, and hence the along the axis orbitals, that means dx minus y square and dz square will goes to the higher energy, and in between the axis orbitals dxy, dxz, dyz will come to the lower energy. So this will be a T2g and this will be a EG, and after that what will happen? In the square planar, the z ligand will be vanish, and hence the repulsion along the z axis will be very less, and hence what will happen? The z orbitals will be stabilized. So among these two, dz square will come to a below energy, and among these three, the dxz and dyz, which is the z contributor, will come to the below energy, and hence this will be the energy level of the orbitals. So now how many electrons are there in this square planar complex, this Voskhorst complex? So total it is a +1 oxidation state. So therefore the 9 valence electron minus 1, so equal to 8 electron is there. So therefore it has a 8 electron system. So this 8 electron will be distributed like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is the 8 electrons. So we can see all the electrons are in the pair formed, and hence it is a diamagnetic compound. So it is a diamagnetic compound, and you can see, so after reaction it is form a octahedral complex because of the 6 coordination state. In this octahedral complex, what is the oxidation state? +3. +3 means 9 minus 3 equal to 6 electrons. So therefore here it will be a 6 electron complex. This 6 electron will be these 6 electrons. Okay, so this 6 electron, so now it will go for a low spin or high spin. So actually this will decide by this. So if the delta 0 is much greater than the pairing energy, then it will obviously choose the low spin complex, and the delta 0 value will increase from 3d to 4d to 5d, and for each step it will increase 30 to 50%. Why? Because the 5d has the very less z star, and because of the very less z star, therefore the neutralization of the negative charge of the electron in 5d is very less by the nucleus positive charge. Hence the electron is somewhat free, and it can goes for a repulsion with the ligand incoming electron. Hence because of this repulsion, the delta 0 value will increase. Okay, so therefore the delta 0 value of the 5d is so much than the 4d and than the 3d, and hence this 5d and 4d is always preferred the low spin complex. It does not depends on the ligand property. The ligand may be a weak field ligand or a strong field ligand, but the compound will be a low spin complex, and hence this is the structure, and therefore the all electrons are in paired, and it is a diamagnetic. So both are diamagnetic. Okay, so both compounds are diamagnetic, and now we will discuss about the beta hydride elimination. So this is the alpha, this is the beta. If the beta hydride will make a complex like this, and after that it will produce a alkene, so this is called a beta hydride elimination. But in this case no alkene will produce, and it is alpha, this is beta, and this is gamma. So there is no beta hydride elimination, and hence this is the beta hydride elimination is not there. And we know this is not a migratory insertion as well, because in the migratory insertion the oxidation state of the metal will not change, but here the oxidation state change from +1 to +3, hence it is not a migratory insertion. So now we will see the options. So in the options we can see this is the oxidation state will increase from 1 to 3, this is right, and beta hydride elimination is not happening, so this is cross, and both are diamagnetic. Yeah, it is right, and the migratory insertion is not happening because the oxidation state of the metal is changing, so therefore it is not right. So A and C, these two statement is right. So option 2 is saying that A and C is right, and hence the option 2 is the right answer. So hope guys you understand the mechanism. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will come for the next video tomorrow. Please like, comment and subscribe this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.